I think you should hear this.
Hello, I'm the first guest you never saw because I made Josh take down the episode. So if you're wondering why Spotify starts at episode 2, apologies.
Yeah, you know, yeah. That is a good intro. So welcome back to I Think You Should Hear This,
Thank you.
a podcast exploring people's journeys of adversity, growth, and self-discovery. And yeah, second time guest. Technically,
I'm back for the first time.
Yes, correct. It's like round 0 for the AFL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leighton, thanks for coming back, brother.
Thanks for having me back. I'm not sure why.
Well, in the first episode we did, and now knowing more about you, we missed so much. So I'm glad we get to run it back again.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you could say that about all your guests, past and future. You're not going to be able to fit it into one conversation, regardless of if it's recorded or not. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
what do you think they should know?
Man, I think you should hear this. So, yeah, Leighton, graphic design, Men Over Matter, facilitator, men's space holder, creative soul, musician. I don't know. Is there anything like that you feel like people should know, like hear about what you are?
They should hear that
I
I struggle to identify with any of those, except for probably graphic designer, just because that's been my profession for so long. But like facilitating, and this has been my journey with you since the beginning of feeling like, I don't know why anyone would even consider following me or treating me as a leader. There is a deeper part of me, and this is something that I've been working on, where it is like, yeah, that authenticity of who I'm trying to figure out with myself. I understand that is, let's say, inspiration for maybe others who are walking a similar path. But I struggle to stand on any hill and be like, yeah, listen to me, or like, I know what's going on, or I'm worth. Even now, I'm like, me? All right, cool.
I think why I think that you're a great person for people to follow is and I posted a reel about this morning, is the true leaders, the ones that are given power, are the ones that don't ask for it. Like that's usually from a sense of ego, where people follow you because they follow your lead, not by you telling them what to do, by showing them that you can show up as you are without trying to be anything, without labeling yourself. You're just being you. And I think in the world we're in right now, people are so attached to trying to be something else or who they should be, where you're like, I'm fucking me. Like, I'm not trying to be this. I'm not trying to be that. I just like am what I am.
Yeah. Look, that sparked 2 truths. One, and definitely resonate with that. Even saying resonate makes me go.
Bro, even me too. For the first time I heard that, I'm like, I don't even know what that word means.
Yeah.
And you hear it so much in the spiritual space.
Yeah. Because it's funny, because I feel like I've been very heavily in that community. And even now I'm kind of starting to be like, it's almost like reading a book. It's like, all right, I've got the pages and the paragraphs and the quotes that resonate with me. I'm going to like start sidestepping and my path is going out a different way. But even on reflection of myself, whether it is the music, the design, the videos, the podcast, any of that, my core thing is create. I just want to create. It's never been about money as much as you're constantly faced with that. Yeah, it's necessary.
Yeah.
I still, anything to sell myself, I'm struggling with that. That's a big thing where I'm at now, where like I've just quit my job for the second time, the same place. I'll say resign. I'm just back to the leadership thing. It's like I keep trying to support these other people who are led by money, who are led by ego. And now my leadership, whatever this is like, you know what? I have to do it. I keep following other people and they keep like, showing their true colors,
Yeah.
and I just come into this fight of like trying to push them to, go this way and then go, that's not their path.
Yeah.
Like there's too much friction there. So now it's like, all right, I'm going to free fall then. See you later. Just pull the chute. And then.
Yeah. See, that's leadership. It's agency. Instead of trying to pull people somewhere, which can be a form of leadership, like an authoritarian leadership. You're just leading, like I would say, like a captain leads instead of a coach. The coach directs the team. The captain leads by example.
Yeah.
And you're just like going, I'm not willing to do this. I'm going to take action for what I believe in. I'm doing this way. Do what you want, but this is what I'm doing. And people go, fuck, I wish I could leave a job I hate. Oh, Leighton did it. I'm going to be like him instead of going,
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Because like how many people do you know going, yeah, work's work, man. Just is what it is. Got to pay the bills. It's like, it doesn't have to be like that. Yeah. You can leave.
But I've gone through that cycle as well. Yeah. And I'm not even saying that I won't fall into that exact same cycle because, yeah, there is no plan.
Yeah.
But there is just, I'm following my instinct on this, just being like, there's got to be something else.
Yeah.
And I don't know where this path goes, but I know where that one goes. And I went back to fucking hopes and dreams that it would be something different. And it's still not. And even in the different places that I have been, like it's always kind of ended the same way, where I just get angry and disappointed and upset that the people who have these resources and power to actually do something still just choose themselves. And to an extent, I'm like, yeah, look, like make sure you and your family and your circle's good, but it's like we're way past that threshold and you're still stuck on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
A big part of why I wanted to have this conversation again was because of that, the values of money and where it sits for you. And that from having this conversation starts at a very young age. So I want to go back to your childhood because I think people do need to hear the fact that you're not obsessed with money, where people, come from nothing and then they build up billions of dollars and then they're centralized around money because they've never had it. So they always come from a place of lack, where I think it's inspiring and something to look towards the life that you've had and the struggles you've gone with, and to still go, no, it's not about money. And like the perspective you take of, well, I've lived with nothing before, I can manage, it's fine.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to that and start like as early as you can.
Where do you want to start? Because this is obviously a conversation we had privately, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Wherever you're.
You were like, I'm happy to talk about all of it, but from what you've already heard, is there a place where you're like,
just as early as you can remember that you're happy to share. Yeah.
What Josh is alluding to is growing up middle class to poverty. I think the first story I told you was when I was about 13 or 14 in high school.
Do you want to go from maybe where your parents split? Because that was earlier, right?
Yeah, so that was 13, 14, because I was about to say for about a year, I was living in a garage, sharing a bed with my dad, and my sister, she had her own bed, but she was also in that garage as well for about a year. And that was a result of my parents splitting up. My mum I'm arsing this story up already, and it's all right. In high school, my parents split up. I've got an older sister, a younger sister. From that, my older sister and myself chose to stay with my dad. My mum was struggling I don't know what the financial situation was in between jobs. I didn't really ask. I just knew that she was looking after my baby sister. She's probably 4, 5 at that time. And she was struggling to even pay rent. So my dad, biggest heart that I know and my biggest mentor in life, as much as we have differences and I'm still, trying to see eye to eye to him with a few things now. But even in that moment, he was paying to make sure that my mum and my younger sister were all right. And he couldn't do that and pay for his own rent and do all that. So we ended up homeless and get a friend of his at work said we can stay in their garage. So that's exactly what we did for about a year. And then, slowly built ourselves up from that. And even after that, and kind of throughout my teens, especially, was staying on the lounge room floor at my auntie's place, and she lived in a commission housing in Williamstown. My uncle lived in commission housing units in Port Melbourne, and my dad, my sister, myself, we went from the garage to living with them and all my cousins. And that's kind of been a theme across the board, is just being in a small 2-3 bedroom apartment with 8-10 people, because I got a lot of cousins. And I wouldn't never say that it was even a struggle then. Like, obviously on reflection, I go, fuck, we were, but just that the unity and the bond that I've built with my family from that, I don't know, my ability to endure hard times, was all built from that. Like, a lot of my character came from that. So I'm grateful for those moments. There's no, not even any embarrassment about it. And especially as I've lived and been around more privileged people and kind of see, not that I feel better than them, but I just feel like there's a lot of things lacking, and, that there's a lot of superficial things in their life. And I'm not saying that's across the board, but I can see the differences. Back to you.
Bro, you glossed over it. I feel like humility is a great word or a value that you display. Because even just to go, us, lived on a fucking floor of an apartment, shared a bed with his dad, like with your dad for a year.
Yeah.
Just to go like, oh yeah, like.
Well, actually longer. Even when we finally moved into our own place, still sharing a bed for a while until we sorted that out. Yeah.
Crazy.
And then his friend from work moved in with us, and then I used to share a bedroom with that guy. And he's basically a mate to me as well now, but it's never, I'm sure from the outside, depending on where you come from, it's kind of like, oh, like, that's weird. But I was like, it's weird, like being disconnected from people, like stuck on your phone, or like in this facade of trying to be someone you're not. Like, it's like, fuck, you pull all that down. Sorry, I just spat massively. You pull all that down. Like, what are so many people seeking now?
Yeah, connection.
It's like, cool. Get rid of all the other shit. And we have that now in our circle.
Yeah, for sure. We got great friends that actually connect.
Like, we spent the weekend away last weekend for a friend's birthday. And I've been reflecting on that all week and just being like, man, I'm so grateful, like that just the peace I've had. And I've got a lot of stresses in my life, and like, obviously ended up leaving there and then resigning from my job. And I didn't even know I was going to do that. Like, I knew it was sort of boiling up, but being around those people and those beautiful women and just absorbing, just people talking, people stretching, just all the beautiful food, like just having that and being like, oh, this feels like back when I was living with my auntie, or like everyone was we were all sleeping on different couches, beds, like it didn't matter. Like, I love that. That's home for me.
Yeah, powerful.
It is. I mean, and that's not me. That's people.
Yeah. So I do feel like a bit emotional about it, which is weird because I don't really feel that.
Yeah.
Because we had a conversation about it after, and I was like, it's fucked that.
You can cry if you.
No, like, it's just, it's fucked that that's life. It's like, oh, now I'm going to go back to work my hours for the week so I can maybe have the chance to do that every now and then on a weekend.
Yeah.
Because I agree. Every time I leave a weekend away, a festival where you like have no thought about, oh, how am I going to earn money to live throughout the week? Like, the concept of having to pay to live is fucked.
Like, just for basic needs. Needs. Like, sure, like, I like nice things too, man. Like, and I'm a geek. Like, I love technology, and that stuff all costs money, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's where are your foundations at?
Yeah.
What's your core?
Yeah. And like, I don't know. The world's cooked. It sucks. definitely trying to get to a point where I can just live the life and money comes in passively or a bit more passively. But back.
Keep.
So,
because I will be
yeah,
everywhere. Like
Kanye.
Yeah.
So at 13, 14, your parents split. You end up in your dad's workmate's garage, sharing a bed with him for a year, and your sister's in the garage in a separate bed. All while your dad is working, paying rent for your mum who left him with because your other sister lives there. Like, what a fucking guy. That's unreal.
Even before they split up, my grandparents used to live in Queensland, and
On whose side?
my mum's side.
Yep.
And we'd drive up with my mum most years, I reckon. And I love that because my grandparents were near the theme park, so we used to get to do all that stuff. My dad I think one time I remember him going, which we'll get to that, but he would never go because he would stay and do overtime so that we could do that trip. And it's like, yeah, okay, I could have been like, Dad didn't want to fucking ever join in on the family stuff. It was like, no, he's making sure it's possible. He's always worked. He's still working his ass off now. And like the one time he went, I don't think this is relevant to anything we're talking about, but it's here now. He was on one of those inflatable beds on a pool. He fell asleep and I almost drowned.
Really?
Yeah. I was probably back then 5, 6-ish.
Yeah.
I remember I just jumped in next to him and then I just started going down and I was like, help. And then I just remember going under the water and then my mum's hand just came in and grabbed me, pulled me out. And then she just fired off my dad. Fair enough. Why I'm telling you this? I don't know.
That's crazy.
We talk about traumas, like these are things I reflect on. Be like, yeah, okay, like what is my connection with water? Because I'm a Pisces. I don't know if that matters, but I'm definitely a water baby. Like I love being in the water, but
we met at a beach.
But I do have this fear, like going out to the ocean. Like it's like as soon as I can't touch the bottom, like I'll still do it. I've pushed myself over the years. But yeah, I'm still figuring out. Sure, there's more lessons and perspectives there, but I do go back to like, yeah, if all your traumas happen in the first 7 years of your life that kind of shape where you're at. That's definitely one. That is definitely one that comes up.
I got one about water as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I was 5 and we had a little blow up pool in our backyard. We used to live in Chelsea Heights. And I had a neighbor, like a friend that lived, jump the fence and hang out. And one time I was like, hey, Dad, watch this. Like all I was doing was going under the water, like holding my breath. And the kid stayed on my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Luckily, it was like, Dad, watch this. Imagine if I just didn't get up and I drowned. So, yeah.
How much do you think that's affected you?
I also don't like going too far out. Right? If we can't see the bottom, like if we don't know what's under there, but I think I'm just a pessimist. Living in the NT, I'd stay away from the water.
I kind of know my boundaries. Like I did the first ever Tough Mudder with my best mates. Whenever that was at Phillip Island. Don't ask me years. I'm not great with keeping track of that. And there's a part halfway through the course, you just have to swim through this kind of lake thing. I don't know, maybe 200 meters. It ain't much.
Yeah.
I was fucking halfway. I was already exhausted from all the running and shit we've been doing, but yeah.
You swim it in shoes? Like, what's the go?
Yeah, you just jump off this ledge.
Fuck that.
And they had people in kayaks, and I just remember halfway, I was like, help me, take me the rest of the way. And I think I was just in my head on that.
Yeah.
I think I would have been fine because even they were kind of laughing at me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, nah, help.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? I think that kind of, all these things relate back to, I'm quite challenged with my dad at the moment. So he's very introverted as am I. I have plenty of moments of being extroverted, but that definitely empties the social gas tank pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So after all of this, growing up and then moved out and, got a job, moved in with friends, all that sort of stuff. My dad kind of disappeared from the scene. Like he's only on the other side of the city, like an hour and a bit drive from me, but we'll see each other once, maybe twice a year kind of thing, and barely talk. And for so many years, I didn't hold it against him. My sisters would get upset, but I was like, I feel like I'm more like him. Like I can relate to him. I understand what he's doing. I was also like, this dude's worked nonstop to like make sure we're all okay. Like all these things that he's done more than what I've obviously said, but like very much that heart of just like make sure everyone else around me's good. I was like, I kind of feel like he's earned his permission to be like, you know what, go chill, go like just whatever you're doing, cool. Like you've done enough for all of us. And now the last couple of years, I've kind of started to switch on that. I was like, no, man, like, what are you doing? Like that's, what are you running from? Like, what's, yeah. And then that becomes a mirror of being like, fuck, what am I running from then? Like, so yeah, all the things I've taken issue with him about has kind of just been what I meditate on now and be like, okay, well, you are very similar to him. Like, what does that mean? So, and I've kind of gone, well, then maybe that's the lesson for me to make sure that it
doesn't get repeated.
In the same way as what we were talking about before, like growing up in poverty, middle class, and then it's like my value for money maybe wouldn't be what it is now if it wasn't for all those things. So
100%.
it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Are you sure they want to hear this?
Yeah,
I feel
bro.
like...
I'm going to backtrack to that in a sec, but for the people that find themselves as introverts and they get lonely at times and they have a yearning to connect. Like you said, you love the connection. It's a massive part for you. That's home for you. There's definitely people in the world that do find that they may not even be introverted. They may just be anxious and scared to put themselves out there and meet people.
Yeah.
And you said with the water, you stretch yourself. With social stuff, stretch yourself. What can people do if they're like, I am an introvert, I am scared to put myself out there, or nervous to put yourself out there, or uncomfortable? What do you do to stretch? Like, how do you
challenge yourself?
Work over?
Growing up as a kid, I never used to speak at all. Like to the point, again, when I was 6 or 7, if my parents had a house party or whatever, had friends over, I would kind of be dragged out of my room because they would have been telling all their friends how I don't talk. Their friends wouldn't believe them. And then I'd be brought out to be like, try talk to him. And I'd just be like, hi, I could talk, but I was like, for what? Like, even as a kid, I was like, what are you offering? Like, this is small talk. And I've never enjoyed small talk. Like, I think because it's not deep enough. Like this, I'm obviously... can't stop me from talking.
Yeah, shut up.
Like, yeah. But because it's something real, like it's worth connecting over. When they're like, hey, what is your name? I was like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And then it's probably way too much to get into, but like, even as a kid, kind of got rejected from playing sports because I was too small to play rugby with all my cousins. Which was fair.
Probably for your own safety.
Yeah. But I felt like that rejection. It was kind of like, nah. Didn't matter how much I wanted to play.
Yeah.
It was like, nah.
Couldn't be a winger?
My mum took me to like the open day to the primary school for prep and like which class you're going to be in. And I was with my mum. She got upset. She was in the middle of an argument with one of the teachers because they're like, he shouldn't start.
Really?
Which again was because I don't talk. Like I was a very shy kid.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like, I don't think he's social enough to, whatever the reasons was, I don't really tune into the whole conversation, but I was physically there when it was like, no.
That's pretty deep. So, like, it's obviously something you remember 30 odd years later.
Yeah, these are the things I kind of, as life has gone on, keep going back and constantly come back with new perspectives because I've had, whatever. I've joined this spiritual group and it's opened up so many different tools where then I go, cool. Eventually these things will pop up. And now that I've brought it up now, I'll probably spend the next week or two kind of being like, yeah, why did I bring that up? What is the lesson?
I'd love to dive into that now.
Yeah.
That the kid, the 5-year-old version of you that heard a teacher say, I don't think he's ready to start yet. He's not social enough. How does that show up for you in life now?
So, well, that continued. I'd just be like, keep to myself, shy. Like, there'd be people I connect with, like my best friend in school, all that sort of stuff. It wasn't until about high school where I met Brian, my best friend of, I'm going to say, what's that, 20, 25 plus years now. He's very much an extrovert and just a people person. And like, we had a good dynamic, but I also learned so much where I was like, oh, I want to be like that. I want to be like, you know, open up. And we grew up running the streets. I told you, like even 12, 13, we'd be sleeping at train stations. We'd just try to take the last train home from a mate's house and almost guarantee miss it. We'd just watch it, watch it leave the station as we're walking up. So we built a strong bond from just all of that as well. And we used to grow up on music, and stand-up comedy was a massive thing, and just joking with your mates, all that sort of stuff. I just had this, not resentment, but I was like, fuck, that envy to be like, I want to open up. I want to, like, there's something here, but I got to, like, it's not finding my voice sort of thing. And the challenge was to finally come back to your event, your original question or prompt, was finding these ways to challenge myself. So I put myself into the stand-up comedy circuit just because I loved it. And again, this goes back to creative passion. It was like, whatever I'm inspired to do, whether it's draw, edit videos,
make music,
do stand-up, make music, write lyrics, whatever it is, it's just a way to express my creative side, basically, which is heavily linked to my emotions and you know, who I am as a person, my entire life, trying to wrap it up in these consumable packages almost. Doing that whole stand-up thing is facing a massive fear. You go from never talking for most of your life to now you're going to stand in front of a crowd with a microphone and the whole thing is speaking. And the added pressure of being like funny. But I love that as well, because that's helped me figure out how to communicate and how to like try and make conversations or like be more distinct with what I'm saying and use as least amount of words possible to say my thing. I should probably go back to those courses. But it's things like that that help me break out of my own mold. Yeah. And then helping you facilitate it, Men Over Matter, is like, I don't feel comfortable at all doing any of that. But there's a part of me that knows it's like, just trust that like this is a path that is going somewhere greater and somewhere that you truly want to be, which might not be being a leader or a facilitator in that space, but the skills from it will help. Everything I've ever done is like, it's always reinvented itself or, you know, step to be useful in other areas.
Yeah. Cool. So if you're looking to stretch yourself in a social capacity, or there's an area you feel like you're deficient in that you want to be better, challenge yourself. So if you want to converse more, put yourself in a place where you have to speak. Or
sit. I say meditate, whatever it is, sit with yourself, figure out what your frustrations are. Like my frustration came from like not speaking. And maybe that was triggered from listening to other people speak and eventually be like, I don't think you should be talking, actually. Or you said too much or, you know, and observing as well, like observing everyone around me and sort of going, all right, the things I want to say that I'm not hearing from others. So I was like, maybe that is my spot to fill that space.
Yeah.
At least temporarily. And even if this sort of inspires someone else to jump off and be like, cool, please.
100%. I'm the same. I feel like I was very quiet younger and I was more observing what other people were saying. And especially in circles that you well, like not aligned with, like in school, you're just there because you have to be. You're just like, I don't know. Does anyone think the same way I do? Like, are they wrong? Or I definitely think outside of the box. But yeah, I think that's why now, I'm the same. I hate small talk and I feel like some people are very superficial and I'm like, I've got a way deeper thought to what's going on here. And then it's like you don't talk because how will that be received? If you think differently to everyone else, and then you give your opinion and they all think the same way, they got the hive mind type setup, and you're going to be up for rejection again. So I think slowly, well, one, find the right community, find the right people as well, but then stretch yourself, and then like being confident with who you are. And if people don't agree with you or judge you, you go, I don't give a fuck because I know who I am and I know how I feel and I know what I believe. If that's not with you, that's cool. Keep your beliefs. I'll keep mine.
Yeah. And have the humility to make mistakes and a lot of them. Like there's plenty of things where I go, I don't even want to think about that because it's cringe. But my mind keeps bringing me back to those things. And eventually I figure out, I'm like, oh, okay, it's because now I understand that it's to change it or, do it slightly different.
You know what's so good about being wrong? You learn something.
Yeah. I get this. I learned this in jiu-jitsu. You either win or learn. And then obviously that's a philosophy that you can carry across the board. But yeah, win or learn. Yeah, you still make mistakes, but don't let that be like I failed.
Yeah.
Done. It's like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It'll motivate you more to improve that aspect.
Yeah. Well, it's like next time it comes up, you know what to do. Or you know what not to do.
And back to jiu-jitsu, like I remember my losses way more than I remember my wins. Just because you win, you go, yeah, cool. My hand got raised, sweet. And you obviously like, all right, put in all the hard work. It paid off, like it worked. But when you lose, like this, before you've even got off the mat, you're just like, all right, I got to train that. I got to figure out how to not let that happen again, which I feel that there's more value in that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Circling a little bit back to the other question I asked about the 5-year-old you. Because what you started saying after that was basically you found a way to express yourself without using your voice creatively. Do you think you'd be as creative as you are if that moment didn't happen, if they didn't say, oh, can't talk, blah, 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 but it's like, instead of using your voice, you found a way, like you said, to express yourself emotionally without having to talk. So you can put words into images or into sound and they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. Well, fuck, you can do more than a picture. Like, do you think you would happily go through that again, not talking?
I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah. Like, it's like the cost of not talking, or not the cost, like the profit, the gain, like all that time not talking was put in creativity versus, I wish I had more conversations, but then if it took away the art, it wouldn't be worth it.
Well, sitting with yourself and being introspective on everything that's happening or just happened. One more time.
I just think that moment, the 5-year-old you, over here situation.
If I was speaking,
yeah, like do you think that would take away from your creativity?
Yeah, surely. Well, in terms of all the drawing and whatever I was doing, there would have been less of that. However, if I was speaking, and I feel like it's the same now, like it became lyrics, it became a stand-up comedy routine, it became poetry of some sort. Like I feel like even if I was speaking more, it still would have been in a creative manner somehow.
Because the more you speak with people as well, the more you get influenced by others. So I guess if you're keeping it all inside, rumination, meditation, that sort of thing, it's all that art's coming from within and less influence. Obviously, there's music and movies. And that
everything's
sort of
a movement of your emotions. Even gym, even any kind of physical exhaustion is like you're still shifting something. You might not even be conscious of what, the root cause of it is. You might think it's just to get fit or to...
Oh, it never is.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but it's probably not.
Yeah, that's not the reason.
That. Yeah. Feel like we've missed something that we previously spoke about.
I still want to touch more about the living situation stuff because I think this moment of like humility.
All right, let's try and stick on that because I feel like I will. Yeah.
That's, I think if you don't understand much about trauma, or basically, it's not even trauma.
Yeah, I'd say it's just life experiences. It's not like, you know.
We're a product of our environment. And like you said, the first 7 years of your life is very crucial, the most important. So most of the things you see and hear, you're like a sponge at that age, and they will mold the person you are as an adult. 7 to 14 is another very influential period. It's where you start to develop more personality and that sort of thing. But you're more influenced because of school, high school, that sort of stuff. But 0 to 7, you're like just taking it all in from mostly home.
Yeah.
This is more the 14 part, but so we've spoken in depth a bit more about that living in garage part. But I think talking about the flats in Port Melbourne and Williamstown are huge too, because they're pretty iconic. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Notorious in Melbourne, those flats.
The high-rise ones.
Yeah, the high rises and
Paran as well.
Yeah, for sure. Living in those parts, it's a very multicultural complex, or drugs. Like, there's that. And you're talking about the experience you've had living there. And like, so it's hard living with that many people in a building like that. And in a house like that, like living on the floor with like 8 people or 10 people is hard. Living with that many Maoris, the amount of food that would be consumed or need to be consumed. And like,
it's crazy. I'd still have my girlfriend over, my mate over. We'd have our cousins come over. Like, there'd be more people along the way. No one cared.
Yeah.
Like, that was just family.
Yeah.
But then inside that and inside those buildings, there's obviously the drug people who are just almost, I don't want to say lost causes, but like, that's very distinct that's happening.
That's why they're there, yeah.
There's also the refugees. There's also other families who are just, they have no other choice. Like they're only there because there's no better choice for them in that moment anyway. So you get to see the contrast of like, yeah, people are just on the dole and taking the piss and sort of thing, and people who just want a better life, but this is where they're at right now, and still, there's still a harmony to it. Yeah. And it makes, so I was telling you as well, like further on, when I was probably 18, 20s, late 20s at this point, I think. I was living with my best mate in Dandenong. And then there was some sort of homeless housing shelter in Dandenong that just, I don't even think they had much notice, got shut down, converted to apartments or whatever it was. From what I can tell on ground level, there was no plan for any of those people, like where they were relocating to. So what happened for the next 6 months was all those homeless people just spread out into the streets. And we had, in our apartment complex, we had some people sleeping under the staircases, and in the carport out the back was a shanty town. Like, there was tents. One crackhead dude dragged a bathtub out there. I don't know why he needed a bathtub or he found it, but like, it was not great to be around. But like I was telling you, we never pushed them on as long as they weren't causing trouble, because you're still human. Like, I'm sure you didn't choose to be sleeping in our stairwell, and I'm not going to kick you out because, I'm not going to invite you into my house either, but I don't know. I feel comfortable in the low socioeconomic
Yeah,
communities.
I was going to say, you've built the humility and understanding of what it's like for those people, being exposed to it at a young age, that you can have empathy for people that are there in life.
And it doesn't matter what their story was. Maybe they're a massive fuck up. Maybe they're just a product of the system. Like, I wasn't in a garage because my dad was a piece of shit. Like, it's because he had the biggest heart and was just fucking doing everything he could to make it work. And that's what it was. I don't know. I've got nothing but love. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, yeah. Also, I want to make this clear now. Whatever I say, like, I love all my family, both my parents, even if I'm having this struggle with my dad, like he's my biggest teacher in this life. And yeah, I just want to make that clear before we
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Because, the story about the stairwell is wild, especially like, there's 3 of you living in a house. Like, you're doing well within your rights to say, like, I'm paying rent here, leave us alone. But to understand that humans just need a chance or need like basic human right to shelter, like to even just go like, no, you like, I'm not going to make you risk it. It's a life risk to be like living on the streets as well. Like it's not safe. They could get stabbed, rolled, like at any time.
I mean, and they could also be the people doing it as well. Like I still like there is a street smart that I know I have from just where I've been, but I'm still comfortable to move in those spaces. Like I don't always feel safe either.
Yeah.
But
could you tell us a time that you didn't feel safe?
No, I've been in unsafe situations, but actually, you know what? And this was privileged kids. This wasn't even me and my best mate we were walking home from high school. It's pretty late. We're in Oakley on just car full of kids being dickheads, threw rocks at us. My best mate put his finger up at them. They just fucking turned, did a U-E, started chasing us. So just fucking, they pulled up and they all got out of the car. And then I just started running because I was like, not worth it.
Yeah.
My best mate stayed. And I don't know what he was doing. I was like, no, run. I didn't think I had to tell you. So then we ran into this park and we were just hiding. We could see the car, like headlights circling looking for us, whatever. That was pretty much like that. That was pretty, wasn't even that bad. But that was the one time where I was like, they're actively trying to start shit. The only other time is when we were much younger, the Port Melbourne commission housing. There was a couple of druggos. We just walked past and they started talking shit and we're probably going to start something. But again, we just run. Like, it's not worth it. It's not even that bad. Like, there's way worse. Like, there's people who've, knife fights, whatever. Like, that's all happened around me. But I heard Redman and Method Man talk about this when they're talking about being in the projects or whatever. There's bad shit everywhere. You just have a good radar to be like, go left. Not right. Like, or at this time, or you can see the crowds and just go, yeah, let's bounce this way. Like,
yeah.
It's kind of that. So I've been around it, but I've never really found myself in too many situations. And I already feel ridiculous about the 2 examples I gave you because they ain't that bad.
No, that's fair. Dude, it's like you never know. And it's funny that you said they were privileged kids, just because they were in a car or in Oakley. Like, you don't know about them either.
They were from my high school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, sure, they were probably on the same level as us, but
yeah, no, that's fair.
It wasn't the the homeless people. It wasn't the
yeah, not junkies or whatever. Still back.
Yeah, keep going.
Housing Commission, the food vans. You know the story. You're like, oh no, I'm not even worthy of that. Like you're like, no, let the other people have that. That's crazy. Like
I don't know if that's from that moment or that's just my personality in general.
That's what I think. It's a personality thing, but
which is make sure everyone around me is good, even if there's communal dinners. I'm getting better at again pushing myself, being like, no, like just everyone's here, they'll eat, it's fine. But I used to be like, wait and watch and make sure everyone else jumped up first. And the story you're talking about. So back, let's just say I'm 12 again, whatever it was. 14. I don't even know. I'm really bad with time. Anyway, when I was a teenager or a kid, staying with my uncle, so was my dad, but we were there off the books, basically. And there'd be the food truck van that would come maybe once a week. To obviously, they'd just give out hot dogs or whatever food they had, just doing charity, feeding the poor. And even in that moment, I'd be like, oh, well, I don't actually live here, so that's not for me. Like, that's for all the kids and families that actually live here. So I'd just watch them go. And it would take my auntie coming up to me and being like, no, you too, like, go eat. Which I guess in the back of my head, I knew eventually I would, but I was like, I don't want to have that and then find out the next kid didn't, they ran out of food or whatever. So there was like make sure everyone else is good. I don't know. I don't know.
That's just a cool quality to have. And Yeah. I think a lot of people go, fuck yeah, fuck food. I don't know when I'm going to get this again. Like you said, hot dog or something. Most people just line up straight away. Not think about anyone else. Yeah.
And that stuff annoys me, but I also go, different life, different experiences,
Yeah,
different
exactly.
path. But there's, and more as I get older, I don't know if this is the senile part where I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to start. I'm mostly passive aggressive, but that is coming to be like, no, say something, like set the example, like put them back in place, whatever it is. But it's like, just give a fuck about the people around you. Like, have some sort of consciousness about, the community you're within. Like, I even hate people conjugating like at the bottom of like escalators, just have a chat.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
do you not understand what this is?
Yeah.
Like,
I was with friends today and we were at a place and they were getting food and they like stood out the front of the front door. I like went to the side. I'm like, if someone did want to go in, they have to like walk past you.
yeah, like it's a small thing, but it's like, man, how much do you either not paying attention or just don't give a shit?
Yeah.
Like that stuff triggers me, obviously. But
yeah.
And it all comes from like, just this, it's a Maori thing as well. Like when I've gone back to New Zealand, like the marae's there, which is the family homestead almost. Everyone cooks together, eats together, cleans up together, and literally sleeps together. It'll just be a big hall, all the mattresses on the floor, from babies to grandparents. Like everyone's in that room, which kind of like that has shown up in all my other living circumstances where it's like, I feel so comfortable there, and there is a unity to it. There is a tribe to it. Like, and those marae's could be, I don't know, 100 people, 200 people, depends, but it's like, it still works.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss it.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
No shit. That's cool.
And again, like the last weekend.
Yeah.
Like just that's kind of a perfect example of exactly what it is.
Just people hanging out, open space. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're all looking after each other. If there's a bunch of kids around, it's everyone's, wherever they are, like you're all keeping an eye on the
it takes a village.
It's not like, whose kid is this?
Yeah.
Where's the parents?
Whose property is that?
Yeah. It's like, no, if it's lunchtime, we'll just make sure all the kids are in. Like, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. What else do you want to circle back to?
No, that's pretty cool. That's good. The police story.
All right.
The judgment.
So I applied for the police force. My uncle was a police officer, got shot by police himself. That's a whole thing.
Don't go on. That sounds.
It's not my story to tell.
Yeah, okay.
But he was in the police force for a very long time, like senior sergeant. There's obviously a lot of trauma that he's seen and PTSD and all that sort of stuff. He got, I don't know if he resigned or stood down, but it was just like, it's out of control. And then no, that's not my story to tell. But
that's cool.
Yeah, he kind of flicked a switch and then
yeah.
He's still good now. Like but.
Oh, I thought you meant like shot.
Yeah. No. I think I shot 2 or 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah. He charged the police with a knife. But it's like, if you just take that isolated thing, you're like, well, that's.
Yeah. The amount of shit he would have seen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure in that moment it is what it like needed to be.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't judge him on that. I go, from my entire lifetime, he's been a stand-up, like, like as much as a police officer should be, like, right, wrong, this is who I am, like, this is the law, like, very solid man in that respect. And he was helping me coach me into joining. I wanted to on my own accord, but yeah, he was going to help me. And then in that process, had to do a station interview with the senior sergeant, which was at Williamstown, which is right across the road from the commission housing there. And when I went in for the interview, they did all the fingerprints and stuff. And sat me down. He looked at the address. He's like, "Ah, you're from over there," and just he didn't necessarily say anything bad, but like just this tone or like the way it was presented in my head, I was like, this feels like discrimination. Those police get called to that building a lot, like so they have their association with trouble and drama there, which is fair, but it just became that thing. It's like, this feels like you just assume everyone who's there is bad.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, I see the ground level. I see all the families. I see all the kids. Like I see the innocence in there as well. Like, so that really did annoy me, but it didn't stop me. Like I still applied. Like, still didn't make it in by the end, but for the best. Like I was angry at it for so long because I got right through to the final panel interview and then just didn't get accepted. And I held on to that for so long. Now in reflection of all the things I did instead, is like, okay.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Same as like my longest relationship, 5.5 years back when that ended when I was in my early 20s. And that was like not set up, but that felt like it could have easily been a marriage and family and all that sort of thing. And that was hard to let go of. But yeah, looking at all the things I did since, it was like, well, better this way. Like, I didn't know at the time, and I didn't know for a few years after it, but I'm happy. Same thing with the police force. Like, it's just that trust that everything happens for a reason. Everything. Like everything. Yeah.
It does. It's true. It's funny.
I think you should hear that.
Yeah. I also have a mate who grew up, when he first came to Australia, he's from South Africa. They were living in, I don't know if it was Port Melbourne or Williamstown. They're living in Housing Commission. And like his mum's a doctor, dad's a cop. Like, and they still had to live in there. Like, obviously his dad's a cop now and his mum was a doctor there and now.
Yeah.
Or nurse. I don't know. Either way, like public servants. But even they live there. It's not like you're a piece of shit. That's where you go. Like, you never know someone's circumstances, how they could end up where they are. And that's not even in a housing commission. That could be on the streets, jail, blah, blah. You don't know what happened to them to make them land where they did. And that's why I think taking a non-judgment approach and just treating people for face value, like treating people, give everyone an equal go. It's like super important. Like working at Frankston the last few weeks, and you're seeing people that are setting up businesses and trusts and, have quite a lot of money in their account to people who have a smashed phone and no money in their account. Like I meet people who just got out of hospital, or I meet so many people that live in the Ambassador, which is like, pretty notorious in Frankston for just junkies and knives and, pretty bad joint to live, I hear. They're, all associating in the same place. They're here and here. I prefer a lot of the people I meet here. They're nicer. They're more grounded.
Yeah.
More grateful as well. So,
Look, I got plenty of experiences with more wealthy people, especially through a lot of my ex-girlfriends. Some of my ex-girlfriends, well, at least by comparison, much more, much more wealthier position, to people who are like literally millionaires, and like a lot of love from those people. Like there are genuinely good people, and even saying that, they came from very similar circumstances to me. So I don't know how much that is a vital part to the equation, but by the time they had all this money, they're doing great things with it. Not just charity, just who they are as a person. It's like, all right, yes, from my point of view, like more people like you in power, please.
Yeah.
How? I don't know, but like, it just feels good in those instances.
Yeah, I don't think money is what the driving factor that changes people. It's like a bit of nature, a bit of nurture. It could be the parents, could be the environment, could be the school you go to. It's the experiences you have along the way that get you.
But then you pull out even more. You go, well, then you still need that contrast. By otherwise, what is anything I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have these opinions if I didn't have the contrast of the things I dislike in other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which kind of goes, well, then the path they're on is still correct.
Yeah, it's yin and yang.
Yeah.
You need those people to give the perspective of where you are. Because if you only knew poor people and you didn't know rich people, you would just think that's life. You wouldn't know that that's poor. You would just think that is. And if you were rich and you didn't have contrast of seeing how some people suffer, that's why the wealthy people who have no perspective, they keep thinking they need to work more and earn more money because they're only comparing people to people that are around them. So they just think, I'm normal, I need to get here. And then they only hang around people here and they go, I need to get here. And then, they don't go, oh, I could be there. I'm happy here. But they go, oh, I'm where I am.
Yeah.
And especially like type A driven people that are like always chasing better. If their comparison is always here, they're like, I need to get to here. But if they have a comparison that's there, they're like, oh, no, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So you need to know light and dark.
And I think regardless, like across the board, everyone's got their story arc, right? So like, and maybe that person that I only met for, could be a day, could be a week, could be a few years of my life. Like, even though I have my idea of who they are and what they meant to me, it's like, fuck, what have they been doing in the 10 years since? Like, maybe they have had this whole spiritual awakening or, lost all their millions or whatever it was. It's, Yeah.
You could meet someone a day apart or on the same day. They might have had these situations happen and you and someone else could have a completely different opinion of the same person anyway.
Yeah. And I think my current lesson / has sort of become a lens that I'm looking at everything through for the last year or so, probably a bit more, is that the whole mirror thing. Everyone's a mirror. Everything is a mirror. Like, it's all just, even I've told you privately about the narcissists in my life that I'm trying to navigate. Even that has become a massive mirror. Massive trigger as well, but a massive mirror of like all these things that are being highlighted that I don't like about this person has now gone through this flow of like, what things about me or things that I've done in my past relate to that? Or like, where's the parallels? And then that's helped me reflect and be like, all right, well, I don't like that part about me. Even if it was a past version of me, it's like that still happened. And again, this is circling back to plenty of things in my life and be like, oh, now I have this new experience that helps me look at that from a different perspective. So this whole mirror idea is pretty strong at the moment. I don't know, maybe it's temporary until I learn the lessons and, move on to the next thing I got to figure out. But treat everyone as a mirror is advice I'd give out. Advice that was given to me that has been, helpful.
Where has a quality that you dislike in others shown up in you?
Anything that's like anger, yelling. It's like this person in my life, the way they treat other people. Even if I don't go, I was never that bad, but I go, there's plenty of instances where I have lost my shit. There are plenty of instances where I've yelled at somebody and thought that I was right in doing so. And for a long time after that point gone, I'm justified in what I did. And it's not until seeing someone else do it and go, I don't like that. That's kind of, stuff like that. Does that answer your question or you want more specifics? I don't know.
Yeah, I want to just keep digging into that.
Yeah, keep going.
The yelling. So you don't like it seeing other people get yelled at and that's a trigger for you. So could you think of the first time that you saw someone get yelled at and that triggered you? Or where does that start? Where was the first time that you were triggered? Like, where does that come from, do you think?
Early childhood. First time experiencing it.
Yeah.
Between my parents.
Yeah.
My mum was a massive yeller. What's the word I'm looking for? Anger management. She's so good now, though. And that's been cool to see as well. So I was telling you, I used to get embarrassed. She'd just yell at people at shops and stuff, and I'd be like, going to another aisle, see you later. And it took her, I used to argue with my girlfriend when I was 18, screaming matches. And that was a lot of immaturity. There's plenty of reasons. Anyway, I remember my mom just came into the room and started yelling at my girlfriend. Like she had had enough of the two of us yelling at each other. And in that moment, I was like, nah, not cool. Like I stood up to my mom, like, which I've never done as well. And again, I love my parents unconditionally. But in that moment, and it was kind of cool to be like, no, I'll stand up for what's right. And this isn't right. As ridiculous as it is to be like, yeah, I know we're in the middle of screaming at each other, but you can't come in and scream at her. And even that moment, like that was hard. And that was one of those moments you cringe on for a long time. Like, I don't like that I spoke to my mum that way. I don't like that any of that situation happened. I honestly, I haven't spoken to my mum about this, but I do feel like that was a trigger for her to change because she's great now to a point where I was like, I almost gave up on thinking, like, I just went, that's who you are. You know, so it's like, it kind of surprised me to sort of witness it mellow out heaps and now be like, wow, like you really, I don't even know what work she did or shadow work that she did. Like we've never spoken about it. She's not spiritual like that. So I don't know if it was just that moment that made her reflect and go, yeah, I don't want to be this, or if it's conscious. Not answering your question at all. What was
sorry about? I was like, all right, and then we'll go back to the question. So that's been a trigger for you and it's showed up multiple times during your life. So clearly
so that
your mum yelling,
so that was through my childhood was a lot, and I always wasn't.
So you felt not
good.
safe when your mum was yelling in the house or around?
Just embarrassed. Yeah.
Was there a time, because usually you feel embarrassment because there's consequences coming from it. So was there a time when your mum's yelling caused something for you to get embarrassed? Because other kids will just grow up thinking, oh, well, that's how you get through to someone is by yelling because that's all you've seen. But clearly you knew it was wrong. So how did you know that it was wrong?
Well, because that's opposite against my dad, who's gentle soul, big heart. My mom's big heart as well, but she's more of a fierce, like, fighter. My dad's more of a, like, just zen, be in a cave, like, it'll pass. So I've always had that.
Do you think it's
contrast.
zen, or do you think he's just like avoidant?
Dissociating?
Yeah. Because there's difference between zen going, no, it's cool, and he's, no, fuck that, I'm not doing it.
And that's a part of my reflections now, being like, learning from him. Even, like now, like thinking about those past experiences, like, because I still do go, well, what am I doing when I'm hiding in a cave? Like, am I dissociated? Because I know what I'm creating or like, with myself or thinking about all these kind of things, where it's like, I can't do that and socialize with people. Like, I'm in here. It'd be cool to have him and me on a future episode to talk about this stuff, because I think that's easy. Like, I'd rather him speak for himself.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's a character as well. Like, I've had, I tried to have him on my podcast when I was attempting it.
I mean, we'll do it on yours, and I'll just facilitate you guys jamming.
Well, I don't want one now.
Huh? Yeah, true.
I don't want to self-promote. But.
Well, go on.
No.
So
arttribe.au on Instagram. I'm just trying to do a music-based. I'm just trying to have fun and create. But before that, I was inspired by Josh to restart.
No humility. No, you're doing cool shit. And you're a musician, or like
I'm not a musician. I'm definitely not a musician.
You're a talented person who can play music and wants to network and play music with other people and record it.
If you vibe with any of this and you're in Melbourne and you create, message me. We'll hang out.
Yeah, cool.
What was your question?
I really need to go to the toilet.
Yeah, go.
So
I'll talk to the people. Where are we at? Surely we're like capping time. Back on.
But let's get back to that question.
Welcome back from the intermission. I'd also like to take this moment to thank anyone who's still listening, and also let you know that I wanted to do this in a spa, but Josh said...
You can continue with what I said.
You said no.
Yeah.
Reasons why don't matter. Leave
Okay,
in the
no,
comments
yeah.
if you think we should have done it in the spa.
So we wanted to do it like it would be comfortable in a spa. It's comfortable here too. The sun's on me. It's nice. But I feel like if we were two half-naked guys in a spa chatting about stuff, people who would see the thumbnail of that would go,
That's
what
fair.
the fuck is that shit?
That's
Or like people would project certain thoughts onto us based on
there'd
how
be
we're
like OnlyFans comments, whatever. Like,
yeah, there's that, or just like people who are insecure with their bodies going, what the fuck are these guys trying to show off? Or,
Yeah.
or like my own fear of judgment, people going, oh, he looks like shit. What the fuck's he doing with his shirt? Like, you know what I mean?
look, I'm not in
So-
great shape either. Sorry. Just didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
No, like, but that's what it is. Like,
But-
it takes away from the conversation and would be too much on the visual.
And then circling back to what I have been saying, like my thing is, we're filming this. Like, how many episodes do you want to just people sitting on a chair like that? That's my creative mind going, let's do something out of the box. Let's have fun with that. Like, obviously you couldn't turn the jet bubbles on because it just ruined the audio, but that's where my mind goes. I'll go, that's something creative. That's a different angle. That's a new perspective. Like that seems like a fun idea. And I have like, there's a menace side of me, like a playful menace. I just like to disturb the peace in that sense and just be like,
Yeah. I think we're ourselves.
In saying that, I trust that you've made the right decision.
Yeah, I think ourselves, we're fine with change. Where a lot of people are like, oh, it's different. Why are they doing something different? I don't like that. Like, you know. And
what's the thing on social media that just to be not the contrast, the
devil's advocate? I don't know.
Grabbing attention, just moving on.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like
you,
change is hard for people, and I don't even know how many people watch it because it's like most of the views are on Spotify anyway. So people just probably like I've got mates who tell me, yeah, like I loved it. At least that seems like I didn't need to say that.
No,
but like they say, yeah, I listened to it.
Also, props to Josh. Like, I know this guy behind the scenes, and from everything I've told you, then I hope that you trust my word on this. Like, he is worth supporting. This dude is boots on the ground. Like, I think you're great at interviewing people.
Thank you.
I told you this off air.
Yeah.
You know, your ability to converse with different people and just have that general, no, I know you're struggling to accept this.
I'm dying inside.
But honestly, like this is what I want to do with Heart Tribe as well. Like, I care about lifting people up around me. I just don't like lifting people up, see them succeed, and them just carry on and be like, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Again, but that's like you had the power and that's what you chose to do with it. Fuck. So, and this is all I'm doing now, being like, I see the heart, I see good, I see behind the scenes genuinely how much you care about this. And you know, I'm done with people like you and me being the ones who also just seem to not make it or not, you know, because I know you with finances and you look at Men Over Matter, like if you get support, if you get sponsors, if you get backing, you're going to do right by everyone involved. And that's why I want to see you succeed. We just struggle with accepting these compliments and maybe the rewards or, you know, maybe feeling like we're not worthy of it because we have a history of never having it. And there is also like shit, I don't actually have. Put me in the commission housing. I'll be like, yeah, I know this place.
Yeah.
Give me $1 million. I'll be like, wait. Okay. How do I, you know, so, but if you're listening, this man is worth backing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Shit. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. 100% for. Yeah, all I was going to say is like, I don't know how many people genuinely watch the whole however long they go for versus walking and talking or like listening on the drive or at work because I have mates to say they listen.
I'm just saying, if they were watching, we're in a spa.
If you want to see our titties in a spa, let us know. We'll do it again.
Let's do it again.
Or if you do want to, you know, subscribe for premium content.
Well,
no, I'm not doing it. Porn's a devil anyway.
Yeah, there's a certain integrity.
Yeah. But if you want to pay me for my feet, like we can do that. All right, we're getting silly here. Back
But
to
it's
the
fine. That's a part of it as well. It can't all be fucking serious and meditation and namaste. It's like fucking
yeah, for sure. But the question, what was it about?
something in my childhood.
Yeah. Where were we at? Oh, your mom and yelling, and your dad, and yeah. So that's where it's like started. Was like experiencing that as a kid, observing it, which is cool because like our parents are our biggest teachers, and you've observed. I don't like how that person yells at a partner or someone in the shops, or whatever. I'm not going to do that. And you witnessed how your dad was quiet and didn't fight back. He was just like, "Yep," like, and you said Zen, and I'm going to challenge that because like I think it's a great.
I'm already like rewording it in my head. But
Yeah. I think that's awesome because my dad was not emotionally stable. He could fly off the handle and yell, and like for me, I was like scared as a kid when that stuff happened because he's a fucking man. Like, fuck that. And that man has fast hands.
Yeah,
Quick to put a foot up my ass if needed.
Yeah,
if
right.
needed is not the right word either. But anyway, didn't know how to emotionally control himself or use words.
Yeah.
He'd use volume instead. So that's like, I'm the same.
All right. So if I use Once Were Warriors as a reference point, the movie, that exists in my family. Traits
You're
of
going to have
that.
to explain what that is because I got no fucking clue.
Once Were Warriors?
Yeah. I don't watch movies, bro. I got no idea. Name a movie, I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah, okay. It's a very famous Maori movie. There's a lot of domestic violence in that movie. It's a powerful movie, but it's also very confronting, regardless if you relate to it or not. It's just a very, full on movie, but there's a lot of domestic violence in that. I was going to say that, not that it's accurate across the board, but there are parts from that movie that are very real in my childhood. Not my dad, not my parents, not my direct family, but it did exist. So even as a kid witnessing everything, my parents, it was cool to have that, like, here's the same situation. Here's two very different ways you can handle it. So it was nice to be able to, on reflection, it was nice to be like, cool, here's straight in your face. You can go A, B. Maybe there's C, D, E, F, G options as well. But like, these are very good different sides of the spectrum on how to handle situations. And then obviously seeing a lot of, from my dad's side, like he is a Maori. Yeah, I was always scared of him. I think he maybe hit me once. And I go, I probably deserved it. I don't remember it. But like, I think that's because that's within me as well now, where I go, it's the wisdom of being like, you want to be a warrior in a garden, not a gardener in a war. So I feel like he held that strength, being like, I know I'm a Maori, I know I'm strong. Like, I don't have to or want to use that. And if you go back to his childhood in New Zealand, like, there's plenty of reasons why he left that situation and moved here as well. And he said that to me before, where he's like, if I'd stayed there, I would have been in the gangs, or like it wouldn't have ended well. So I'm sure there's a history for him that I don't even know about. By the time he was a parent, was like, well, I'm not going to do whatever negative things he witnessed in his life.
He's probably breaking generational curses himself by being the person he is. Like knowing,
and I give him that as well, because as much as I have this angst against him, like, why didn't you do this? Why don't? It's like, fuck, but look at all the things he's done in his generation. It's like, now it is up to me to carry that. And I'm sure if I have kids in the future, they'll be like, why didn't you do this and this? I'll be like,
I could have done this.
It's like, I did my best. Like, because there's always something else to work towards. So it's like, as long as, you're taking those steps, it's like, and maybe that is a part of the bloodline. It's like, you're not meant to do the whole thing. Same way my dad wasn't, and his dad before. It's like, they still progressed. And the same as my mom and, everyone in general. But it's like, it's progression regardless.
That's why I would say Polynesian culture, happiest, nicest people you'd ever meet, but damn, they have the ability, like you said, just due to size and
There's warrior
the
blood.
culture.
There was warrior blood.
Yeah, they can be some scary motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like, I'm still learning about that on a spiritual level now, like, because it goes deeper than even I was sort of conscious of. I don't know. I probably can't speak too much on that, but yeah.
No, because the question I was thinking of, and I didn't want to be insensitive and ask, is what was it called? Where like you said, 100 people in a hall. What was it called?
The Marae.
Marae.
Yeah.
So knowing that there is still systemic trauma in that culture, 100 people in a room, big fucking families, like, 8 kids, 10 kids. Like I grew up in Carrum Downs. I knew plenty of Cook Islanders, Samoans, Kiwis, whatever. Mum's Kiwi, so she's white, but she knows she grew up around a lot of people. Yeah. Big families. Like I said, domestic violence is big. If they're having 8 kids in this room,
was big.
Yeah, it's not as big as what it used to be, for sure.
Like I'm talking before I was a teenager, and then that kind of
the economy's fucking hard, man, especially in New Zealand. But I'm saying, how are these women getting pregnant if there's like in a room like who's fucking in that?
Oh no, because that's funerals.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was like. I don't know if
no, it's not a 24/7.
Yeah,
thing.
Okay.
You still have your own, but when you meet, think of it like a church.
Yeah, okay.
That's where they go, but we'll stay there. And there's a
because I was like, people getting too drunk or there's could be a bad egg in the family. There's a lot of people around. Some shit could go down. They could cause some serious trauma, or like someone get beat the fuck up in front of.
Nothing ever happened in my experience. Nothing.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, like, there's always possibility.
Yeah, and also, and this is a whole nother podcast, or probably just not even at all, but completely separate. Like my identity is very withdrawn for all of that because I was born and raised in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And my dad doesn't speak the language, so I never grew up around it. Like I had my cousin and like everyone that I spoke about, but we all grew up here, so we're very Australian.
Yeah.
In that sense. And it's only been in the later years of my life of going back and trying to reconnect with all of that. So even the Malay and stuff like that, like that's only a handful of times for me, but I've always felt immediately at home being on that land and, having those experiences. But I'm probably not the best person to speak about all those things because it's not really something I grew up on. And, and that's something in my future to go back there and really connect with my roots.
Yeah.
But that's more of a permanent stay. I don't know when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you saying it from that perspective because I think it could be an easy way to go, I'm speaking for people who... Yeah.
Even when I went there last time, it's pretty common in Maori culture. Like you got aunties, uncles, cousins. I don't know most of their names. There's too many.
Yeah.
There's way too many. But you still like immediate family when you get there. Like no one's excluded. Which is like coming from this world to going back to that it's like so beautiful. But even in those moments, like I opened up to people there and I was like, I don't feel like I belong here. Like I feel like an outsider. I feel like and they're like, it's your blood though. Like no more questions.
Yeah. Cool.
So I was like, fuck yeah, cool. That I guess it is validation, and we can question whether and I wasn't chasing validation. I was just admitting that I felt like an outsider.
Yeah.
Which is also another common theme across my entire life, regardless where I am. Even these spiritual communities, I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking for myself. I've just been drawn here, and I trust it's for a reason. Look where we are. Like, so grateful.
Yeah. I really would love to, if you could get stats on how many people say the same thing about feeling like they don't belong, like they're outsiders. Because everyone I fucking talk to is like, I feel like that too. It's like, well, maybe that's just a human thing.
And that's the part of me that's been like this leadership and this not feeling like a leader is like, but the leaders aren't saying this. And people are. I know there's a whole heap of people who are like,
Yeah.
I said that on my podcast or whatever it was. Like, I get it, but I'm just saying in a general
Yeah.
sense. And that it's kind of like, I feel like myself and you and other people, we're finally being drawn to like the front line almost to be like, yeah, like everything that's happened. And the reason you weren't speaking before is because it wouldn't have mattered before.
Yeah.
It's now that holds weight,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Circling back to the mum and dad dynamic. Because
Do you title your podcast?
No.
Oh.
On YouTube, I've started to do that.
All right.
now.
Well, when you put a clip up, it better circling back. Hashtag circling back.
No, because this is just stuff I think about a lot. Or like, this is where my mind's like, all right, let's dig into the weeds of that. Mum and dad, because my same, like my brother is very much like my dad. I'm very much like my mum. And my dad struggled to emotionally regulate.
Yeah.
He just fucking, and my brother's the same. And he's like, that's why I believe in generational trauma. And it's just like, it's not a thing that's like, it's happened to him and it happened to him. It's like, it happened to him and he struggled to deal with it and he's just passed it on to him. So like whatever, my dad's stuff is, my brother's just picked up all the bad traits from it where I've learnt, observed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't doing that. Fuck that. So I hate confrontation. I avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
I hate seeing parents yell at their kids. I hate that, like same as you. But the words then you used, I was like, nah, because relating to myself, I wasn't zen. I notice now showing up in relationships with partners and confrontation, that's a fawn freeze response. It's fight, flight, fawn, freeze. I'm like, I'm definitely the type to go, I'm shutting this conversation down. I'm fucking going, nah, next topic. I ain't want none of that.
Yeah.
I wish I was zen, but I'll go anxious. I'll overthink it and I'll avoid the shit out of it. And like, I'll go home and ruminate on it, but I'm not doing it. Working on that now, knowing that it's like, all right, there's not enough masculine men, real men in the space that forced me, like that was pulled out of me and like, my spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
But still being a very observant, quiet, I feel like that I developed as a introverted person, but I have the extrovert inside me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have a lot to say, but I was conditioned to shut up. So it's interesting to hear you say that your dad was like Zen, but I'm like, well, maybe he wasn't. And how's that shown up for you? And do you feel the same?
I think everything you said, I agree with. Where I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't Zen. I think Zen in the sense, definitely not Zen like he was meditating, but Zen is in the sense that his outbursts weren't that like rage or yelling or whatever, like just keeping it mellow, but definitely not Zen as in.
It didn't just blow it past him.
I think you're more accurate in the idea of that dissociating or shutting down. And that's very much what I do as well, dissociate high levels of anxiety. Which is, again, I wish I could speak more on it. I'm happy to
we'll just riff.
Fumble through it.
Cool. Yeah.
But I feel like this is exactly where I'm at in my own reflections on trying to figure out this relationship with my dad. And like everything I've said already that I'm sure about, like all the things he's taught me, his heart, his, all that's still cool. I just go, cool, what's the next bit to work on? And this is very much that topic or that realm. And because I'm still, sitting with it, I don't actually have a good articulation to be like, this is the answer you're looking for.
It'd be a cool thing to work through now, like to chat about, because I have a really uncomfortable, like I struggle to receive any sort of love. Like it's just yuck. Like, because I know that my dad's like sees my change, and I've tried to work with that with him, and he's always told me he's proud of me, but you can see him like have a respect for me for the stuff I'm doing, and you can see that he's got stuff in him that he's like, fuck, I don't know, appreciates what I do and that sort of thing. And I'm like when he's like, oh, I love you, I'm like, oh, thanks, like the stepbrothers hug and shit.
Yeah, right.
But I think what I want to ask is, do you still think that you had the two poles with the yelling, and then I would say the fight and the freeze response or the fawn response.
Yeah.
It's because I've taken this side and my brother's taken this side. I think it's almost, I wouldn't say as dangerous because that can cause violence and harm for others, where this one is just harm for yourself initially. But as a going forward into being a parent, if you show that one, teach your kid this one, you're also going to cause harm for the kid or whatever, because it's so many times it's caused me to not use my voice, has caused me, bullying or that sort of thing, because you're teaching a kid to not stand up for themselves. You're not teaching them to set boundaries. Like, still now, I do way too much for other people because I don't go, no, I'm not fucking doing it. Whether it's helping someone and going, I just don't have the capacity to help you right now. I'm always giving too much to other energy to other people that I just fucking shouldn't be doing. I should be taking care of myself first. And that's, I think, also a habit learned from my mum. She's a very giving person and fucking legend. My mum, both my parents, like, are really same thing.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy. I wouldn't change a single thing.
No, either. Like, I'm super
not
grateful.
That you could anyway, but
like, it's made me the person I am, and I like the person that I am. There's plenty of things that I wish I was better at, or but it is what it is. And
do you honestly think that your mum and your brother's your dad?
Not completely,
because I feel like, as much as, let's say, polar opposites of my parents, I feel like I've taken tools from both of them. Like, I am still a product.
Totally, yeah. Like, my dad's work ethic and like, fucking grit your teeth and, like, get shit done stuff from him, for sure. But not that my mum doesn't do that either, but my dad's, like, the masculine sense of that. It's like
this is kind of going back to the book theory, right? Like, they're just
because
the whole book. Which chapters do you want to take with you?
And because it's funny, because how he says, like, dad and mum. I would say, like, instead, take the other view of, this is dad, and I'm just the opposite of him. I'm not being mum. I was just trying to be the opposite.
Yeah.
So,
but how much of that is, like, you hyper focusing on the traits you don't like about him? Like, is there a part where you're like, he did these cool things, and you're like, no, fuck that. Like, I hate that he does this.
Oh, it definitely has more bearing on the stuff that I don't like. For sure. I think that's had more of an impact on me. Because he also would come home from work and fucking bitch about other people and how they don't work hard enough. He's got a chip. Oh.
Yeah.
I've witnessed him having a chip on his shoulder because he's had to work so hard for everything he's done. Like, he's always worked hard jobs and that sort of stuff. And you can tell he's got a chip on his shoulder because he fucking always talks about other people where he's...
where would he have to be for you to be at peace with all of that?
I think with himself. But I see so much healing that he can do. Like, basically, he had a fucking rough childhood as well. So,
but, like, let's say he did whatever, the breath work, whatever you thought would help him.
Oh,
like,
okay.
What person would he be where you'd be like, cool,
I think if you just didn't need a self-soothe, like, because he's they got the weed stuff and drinking every day. It's like, if he could be happy with himself, then I would be happy for him.
Is he happy with himself? From his point of view, not yours.
If you asked him, but would it be a truthful answer? No. I don't think so. I've seen him cry. Like, no, that's like
has he gone, I hate this lifestyle?
Yeah, he's told me, he's like, I don't know why I'm still smoking weed.
But his words have been like, okay.
Yeah, like, I remember he would have been 55, so that's like 12 years ago. So I remember, like, I would have been like 78. He's like, I don't know why I'm still doing this. Like, and I think that's him trying to open up to me, but not having the ability to actually do it. But it's him, like, that's his little way of, like, doing it. But fuck, how many years have passed and nothing's changed? And that's why I tried to tell my mom about my brother, tried to parent my parents in the sense that this is a bad idea. Don't let Liam do this. They let him leave school early. I'm like, that's fucking dumb as shit.
But that's a big thing as well. Like, children are the teachers. Like, I live with my nephew who's 5 years old now, and the past 5 years of living with that kid is like, that's been a massive, massive learning. Obviously beautiful moments as well. so many, but like just watching that kid has like helped me understand myself better, or like what I want to do, or like, yeah, all these different things. So knowing that, I'm like, I'm sure that as kids, myself and my sisters have been massive learnings for my parents. So
yeah.
like,
Well, you like
surely what you're doing now is still,
huge.
is still an extension of that.
Huge.
Like you're still showing them paths that maybe they would never even knew existed.
For sure. I definitely do think that. I would hope that my brother's a good fucking mirror for my dad, because my sort of like, yeah, same something, not my story to tell, but the amount of times I've seen him rage over the dumb shit that my brother does, and I'm just like, brother, he's fucking you. Like, all he's doing is what you do. And he's like, cracking it because of the life he's living. Yeah. And it's like, brother, he's learned all his fucking bad habits from you. He's just doesn't have the cognition that you do still.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So, yeah, for sure. Kids are, but he's not taking the lessons. He's victim of them still. So,
I mean, people are stubborn. There's still, egos in that sense.
Yeah.
Like all the leaps and bounds I've made within myself, they've fucking, you can be conscious of a thing. Like there's plenty of things I'm conscious of.
Yeah.
I still know that there's a whole process ahead. So your dad inside his head might already make those connections, or, maybe you've told him before and that seed's been planted, but it's still got to grow.
Yeah.
Gotta,
it needs to be watered.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's I don't know how much watering's going on. I don't live at home, so I don't know. But I can see that my mum, she reaches out to me all the time. It's still weird. Like, so weird having like an emotional connection. I just don't really feel it. I don't know if she watches this or listens to it, but it's so hard to like.
But you've mentioned this to me before.
Yeah, but I know, but I haven't. Not that Yeah,
I know. I've also said a few things. I'll be like, wasn't expecting to.
I don't know. It's just
talk about
it's
that.
Just hard. It's very like I definitely in love, in relationships, being an avoidant.
Avoidant is a massive thing that you self-proclaim about a lot of the things you do.
Yeah.
Where do you sit with that? Like, you've obviously identified it and admit that that's factor.
Yeah.
How much of that is like you're chipping away? I know.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah. Do you feel like you have a goal or a milestone, or you just like, I know in the background
it's attachment styles, I like to not identify with it. So now when I do date,
because when I hear that, I hear like that's the barrier between you and your parents.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, cool. What's it take for that to come?
Yeah, I don't know. And that's what I brought up at the Charles Missy workshop, the shadow workshop. Was that like struggling with that and not being able to pinpoint a time, because like I spoke about it. My parents tell me about it. I sort of remember it, where I used to get angry and like headbutt like the fucking brick wall on the side of the house, like the wall of the house.
Right.
But like, they were like, you were like 2 years old when you did that. I was like, I can't remember, when I was asking you, like, can you go back to a time where that happened? I can go back to as far as I can remember.
Wait, you were 2 years old? Do you remember doing that? Your parents told you did that?
I remember doing that later on, but like there's, like blurs. But yeah, they were like, yeah, you'd like get angry and just fucking go off and like smack this brick wall.
Oh.
And I was like, and I said, like, this is you're bringing up what I spoke about in the workshop. I was like, well, I know for me, like I feel as though it came from not being heard and like not being able to express how I feel, so it would come out in anger. And anger isn't an emotion. It's an expression of another emotion that you can't get out, right? Like when you're frustrated and you just get angry and you're like, when you're really sad, but you don't want to let it out, that it gets expressed as anger. It's an expression. It's not a feeling, anger. Guys, when you're feeling angry, what are you actually feeling? And you're expressing it as anger. That's a nice little prompt for you to take home.
Say it again.
Anger isn't an emotion. It's an expression of another emotion. it's a negative expression of another emotion, you know?
So, and for yours was the desire to be seen, heard.
Like I was expressing something that was me expressing something that I couldn't express. Maybe it was because I didn't have words at the time. I was too young. I don't know. But because I can't pinpoint that, it's really hard for me to go, this is it, because I don't actually know.
Is it something you keep coming back to? Like that moment?
It's with the avoidant and the fawn response, not using words, just shutting down. So it's all like I've never been an aggressive person, an angry person, Zen, but it's just shut down. I'm just like, nah, push it down. I don't give a fuck. Like, don't cry ever. Like,
do you also feel like, looking at the bigger picture, all those things had to happen for you to have this desire or motivation to do what you're doing now? Like, you could lead in this space if you hadn't gone through all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And another wisdom is like, you're only ever given what you're strong enough to handle. Even in your hardest times, like you're still here now, right? And this, tell me a hard time where you didn't get a valuable lesson from it.
Yeah, for sure. There's there's always,
So as like, we can sit on those things and be like, and what else do I need to fix from my past and all that? But it's like, man, all of those things, good and bad, like we're just focusing on all the traumas at the moment, but it's like, it's like all of that was necessary as a formula to get you to where you are now.
I just feel like there's something in me. It's weird, and I don't want to get too I don't know if it's spiritual or I don't know. There's something in me that needs to be set free. Like I
have
feel
that too. I'm trying to do that Rubik's Cube. I was like, I know there's a fucking answer
needs to be
here.
unlocked. Yeah.
What's the fucking, like, am I flipping it left or right? I don't know what's happening. Yeah. I mean, you can break that down. There's plenty of things in my life that I do that with. But yeah, I do feel like there is a part in it, like an evolution of me and the next higher self. But it's like, that frustration of like, what is the fucking combination?
Yeah. Like there is a yearning for me to have a emotional release, to break my heart open, break it open. And that's why I've tried breath work, tried Reiki, and I was like, at this point, I'm like, these fucking modalities are bullshit. Not breath work. I've seen it like help other people, but like I've gone to get a Reiki thing at SO, and it's like, that's so weird. I can't get in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking Fort Knox, bitch. Always this bullshit.
Also at SO, to be fair.
Yeah, I know, but I did
I know what you're saying.
Something in spinal energetics, and I was like, I watch these fucking marionette bullshit videos. I went and did it. I'm like, I'm lying here breathing, and this bitch is making dumb fucking noises. Like, what are you doing? Drinking soup?
Also, that thing, like, you had to experience it to know it wasn't for you.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's what I mean. I've tried it, and I'm like,
even
what else
breathwork,
is it?
Like, that as a modality, great. Can swear by it. I also know it's not the thing that's going to get me to where I'm going. I mean, it is still a stepping stone along the way, but it isn't the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like that's part of experiencing life.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Can't just be like, which countries am I going to? It's like, I don't know, fucking, which one are you being drawn to? Go there, you'll figure it out.
But that's why it's like, I keep doing and trying all the things, but I know it's within me. That's the annoying thing, because it's like, oh, I'm interested in doing ayahuasca and trying that because maybe that'll bring it out. But I'm like, no, like deep in me, I'm like, that's not it. You just want to try the thing and have the experience, but you need to like internally experience it. Like, get in there, like as I'm touching it. It's like you need it. It's all in.
I mean, it could also be finding the clarity of like, oh, it's constantly moving. There is no like, like we have it in our head to be like, I need to get to this. Like I need to do this thing. I need to. It's like the whole analogy of the mountains. It's like, you got to that peak just to find out there's another one right behind it. Like it, and I think that there's a certain what is it when you just let go of control?
Yeah, surrender. Yeah.
Just surrendering to like,
for sure.
And maybe because I'm not necessarily there either. I'm not there either, but it's like, fuck, maybe it's figuring out that just say la vie with it, and then you'll find the peace kind of thing. It's
for sure. I had a moment like that.
I also don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just I mean,
that's the whole point. We don't know.
No. But I want to let people know. It's not like I did all this studying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my study is my life experience.
But that's what I think people need to hear.
Yeah.
So like you have had experience.
It's more for the Karens being like, what's your...
There's no Karens on here, man. They're all good people.
All right. Well, just in case.
But yeah, I had a, no. I had a moment. I was like, no, this is it. Like the journey is it. It's so cool. Like doing all the things. And I love the Alan Watts quote where he talks about, you don't listen to a song to have listened to the song to get to the end. It's
a journey.
It's listening to the song. That's what you enjoy. You're not going, oh, how good. I just listened to that song. I was like, I'm enjoying listening to this song. That's what it's about.
So what are you enjoying in your life now?
I had a prompt with Jacob and getting coaching from him. And at the end of every week, you do the check-in with him. What are you grateful for this week? And I'm really actually struggling to find that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I got nothing. And I could
You're grateful for shelter, you're grateful for
food, and I was like,
are you trying to be like, I've said those ones already.
I'm trying to actually find something outside of having my basic necessities met that I was like, I'm truly like, fuck, how good was that? And at the moment it's very awesome that I'm doing this podcast. I'm really grateful to have gone to Charles' workshop last week. Like that was really cool and lots of good insights, and to be heard was really nice to be able to go say that. And it was awesome to talk a bit more about it now because it's stuff that goes on in here. Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. But with the stuff I'm doing, and it's awesome to have people go, it's really great stuff with Men Over Matter. I really love what you're doing and supporting the mental health space. I was like, cool. There's no reward for it though. I'm not getting anything out of it. I love doing what I'm doing and I love trying to help people, but because we're not, and I'm sure on next Sunday after we do the retreat, fucking that's the reward. But all the build up in between, it's work. It's not easy. Free. Yeah. And it's not about the money. It's not about the money, but I need money. And I'm not struggling. I have a roof over my head and food, but it's but
it's not at the level of success that you're aiming for. And I believe it will get there. There.
But it's not even that. It was cool, I'm going to Darwin. I've got friends' weddings and I'm like, oh, I actually won't be able to afford a flight to go to that wedding, which that's fucked. I'm doing all these extracurricular things to help other people, but I can't even do things for my friends.
Yeah.
That's what I'm and I could just be being a sook and saying I should be grateful for just having a roof over my head, and I still went out for brekkie with friends and I can afford that and I can afford a coffee and we're going to go out tonight or go to a friend's tonight and hang out. I'm grateful for all those things.
I feel like this is more burnout than anything because I've experienced this as well where it's fuck, I'm trying so hard, I'm losing sleep, I'm trying to put everything in it and it's not, something's not hitting.
Yeah. I'm just
it's not taking off. I'm not getting the response from masses that I want.
I just don't feel fulfilled at the moment with life.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, yeah.
What about when you went to Vietnam? When you were just traveling and, what about in those moments where you're like, how good's life?
That's pretty cool.
I
think I enjoyed the stretch and doing stuff myself, but I was it would have been cooler if I was with my friends. I was with fucking retired Americans. There was times to sit in presence, but there was times I was just we're just going to this, cool, experiencing that.
If you close your eyes now, I don't facilitate anything I'm about to do.
No,
it's completely off the cuff. But if you just found your own little zen in this moment as best as possible, given all factors, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when it's happiness? When I say happiness, happiness in you, what does that look like?
Being in this space, literally this property, I had a moment before you were talking about something serious and I was how cool that we can sit and have this conversation and there's kookaburras there and there's birds there and there's green and there's grass and the sun's out. That's nice. And that relates to what we were talking about at the start, where it's so fucking bullshit that this can't be daily. That I have like, yeah, this like couple hour span is amazing.
But it's a small window in the grand scheme.
But then the other 5 days, I'm fucking grinding for shit I couldn't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
And it's like,
which is why
it barely fun. Yeah. Like I've got to do the 5 days to barely afford the 2 days that I get to do things I like to do. And one of the 2 days I'm preparing food and not like it's not, I don't have Sunday scaries about it, but it's like, cool, I have to be home and do grocery shopping on a Sunday to set myself up to not have an as stressful other 5 days. Really,
you're
I
preparing yourself to the bullshit you're about to walk into.
Yeah, like I've got the Saturday.
Then you get to a point where you're like, why am I doing this 5 days a week? For what? Like I'm still broke at the end of it.
Yeah.
What's
like when I was talking to Joe from Nexus Sport and I was like, something's got to give. And it's like, for me, it's a day of work. But if I give a day of work, I don't get to do the other things that I want to do. So it's like, well, fucking
maybe the lesson is just being like, you need to go through this to realize how much you don't want. Like, Jermaine, again, that just turns into motivation. Like,
that's the worry, though. I feel like it's going to get worse. The conversation with Dennis was like, there's going to come a time when the universe is going, all right, let's remove the obstacle of having to work every day so you can do the other stuff. It's like, all right, that's even scarier.
Or even being like, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah. I've literally resigned this week from a job that I love doing, but I'm stuck in the same, like, I don't know, existential crisis of like, but for what? Like, how many more years of this to still not really be anywhere that I feel like, like fulfilled. Yeah. However, I do feel like I have the wisdom to be like, but all of that was the training to get you to this point. When now I've pulled the chute, I have no idea where I'm going. I don't have a bunch of finance.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
for the freedom of it. But it literally is that free fall of being like, give me something. I'm calling out to the universe. Like, I'm creative.
Sponsor me, please.
I'm creative. Yeah. And there's a higher purpose, and my talents and skill set are ready to serve, and have been serving this whole time, but serving for something greater. Yeah. And I'll see where it lands me. I might be back at a different job. Just feel like, turns out I need to go back to a 9 to 5. Yeah. Here we are. That was a great lesson, but I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's way more. So, and the same for you. Like, this frustration will also be for a purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
Which will be revealed.
Yeah, like I have complete trust that it'll all work out. It's just hard when you're in it. Like I know in 2 years I'll be like, that's what it was for. That was the lesson. Like you had to go through this to get to here. Yeah. But when you're going through it, it's like, I know that I have to just trust and get through it. I know that now through all the times that I was going through it and I was like, this is fucked. Why me? Why me? And now I was like, oh, thank you so much for choosing me to go through that. I'm so grateful that I had that learning. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that it's hard. Yeah. Yeah. Like anyone who's going through a struggle, it will get better. You'll be grateful for it in the long run, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it is hard. Like, please remember that.
And you're also presented with that situation because you are strong enough to deal with it. Yeah. Trust that. Yeah. Can I circle back?
Please.
You asked me about things that going back to the mirror, things that I see in a person that I am very much struggling to deal with in my life, and the things that make me angry about that person, and I guess the relationship to myself and examples of that. So I feel like a part of me is like, you kind of avoided that question. You didn't answer it as like, to my own satisfaction. So I feel like the examples would be yelling at people, like losing control in that sense.
So is there a time that you've lost control?
Yeah. Like the screaming matches with girlfriends and usually it's always people in my close circle. The further you out from my circle, the less I'm likely to even give a shit to engage, kind of thing. But reflecting on all those moments across the span of my life of like, yeah, just I'm down for healthy arguments, and a lot of my ex-girlfriends are Greek, Italian, so pretty fiery, right?
Yeah, but similar taste, my friend.
Yeah.
Also, seriously though, sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Yes. What was I saying? Yeah.
Greek, Italian, fiery
certain
women.
passion there.
Yeah.
And I believe even in that, like, it's a Keanu Reeves, well, a quote I heard from him being like, if you're not willing to fight for something, I fucked that quote up already. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Talks about love. If you're not willing to fight for love, then is it really love? Go look up Keanu Reeves' quote about whatever I'm trying to say now. But there's a certain passion of like,
yeah,
it's still, even in those heated arguments, there's still a passion and love behind it. Maybe not the greatest tools to communicate that.
Yeah.
So there's still a level of like, yeah, arguments, yelling, speaking your voice, because maybe it is you're lashing out at a boss who like you've just felt like you've been shut down and made to feel like nothing kind of thing. So I was like, there's instances. I feel like there's times people should get a backhand, depending on how far they cross the line. I feel like there's a certain justice the other way. I grew up on like Batman as an idol. Like there's a certain like justice, even if it's a dark place, like it's still justice and it still comes from protecting, looking out for other people. So yeah, the other side of that is the losing control, the rage, the screaming, which I've definitely done. And like, obviously that mimics traits that I saw in my mum and other people in my life, but I'll bring it as close to home as possible. And I guess maybe even with this other person in my life, it is a reflection of like my past as well and things that I don't like. Maybe not necessarily things that I've done, but yeah, calling back to that relationship with my mum and the parts that made me feel uneasy about that. I wanted to circle back, and I feel like I've circled back, and it's just gone off on a tangent I wasn't planning to, but I was going to say like yelling at people. Oh, I had a couple of examples where I was like, I just want to own up.
You can.
And answer your question. Not that they've like escaped me now. I was like, what was I going to, that's what I mean. Like I circled back and now I've drifted off a little bit. I'll come back. Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't want a massive pause in the podcast.
No, that's all right. Yeah. So yelling is another one. Is there another trait that you're like, I hate witnessing that in myself? Like there's something you're like, the yelling thing, you're like, oh, I've just yelled, fuck. I really hate that I've done that. It's something I detest in others. Why is that coming up in me?
The other one was lying. This person's an extreme example of that. That's something I did in my youth, especially. Not a lot, not like that was me, but there was plenty of lying across the way. So I think, honestly, it just goes back to the mirror. Like it makes me highlight those moments in my life and be like, I already knew, like it goes back to that cringe, like I lied or cheated even in the past sort of thing, like reflection of that. Man, I really don't like that.
Yeah.
That person. How do I make peace with this?
Yeah.
Because there's already been admissions in the past. There's been apologies in the past, taking accountability and ownership of that. But I still don't reflect, like those memories still don't pop up and I go, cool, I know. Like they still cringe.
For sure.
So there's a part of me going, all right, well, that reflection of the lying that I really dislike now, and I've worked very hard to become a very honest person and not let those mistakes in my past continue. I don't know. I guess it's still just I'm going to have to sit with that as well and reflect on it and be like, why is it being brought up again? Like what's the next, like, because maybe I do still keep coming back to those things and chipping away until I do have that memory and go, I don't cringe anymore.
Do you think again, this is coming from my own mirror of you talking about that, because I'm the same. I struggle with lying. I really suck at it anyway. Like I don't.
Yeah, I'm
it.
not. Yeah,
but if I was to not tell the truth to someone, it would usually be to save my own ass or being avoidant. And do you think it's that?
It's avoiding the
conflict or something.
Owning.
Yeah.
Owning your own actions sort of thing. Like it is avoiding that. Like if you go back to when I cheated, it's like do everything to hide that in the moment.
Yeah.
It is avoidant. So I've gone into fucking science.
That's cool.
myself for a second. Sorry.
That's all right. So I'll talk about examples for myself. So times that I would have lied is to protect someone else from finding out something that maybe I've done that could hurt them or someone else has done that could hurt them. And it's like, it's easy to just not bring it up.
Yeah.
Lying, because I'm scared of what would happen if consequences, whether that's from my parents, whether that's school, partner, if it's to save an argument because I don't like confrontation or I don't like confrontation. I try, but it's like, I can do it now, but it's easier to save an argument by just by shutting up.
Yeah.
So whether that's a white lie, a lie, or just not being truthful. And it might be having my best intentions at heart, but now I would just tell the truth, even if it's at a not a net negative, but an initial negative.
Yeah.
Because my conscience I'm more conscious now knowing that we live in a karmic world and it's cause and effect as Newton's law. What goes up must come down. And even if it's easier at the start to avoid upsetting someone else, in the long run, it's better off telling the truth because the body, God, the universe keeps score. So you lie now, you might be okay. But in the long run, that's going to come back.
Yeah.
And it's going to fuck you up.
I think also from that, you're saying the whole white lies and not lying now. It's like, but also you don't do the things that you had to lie, that you did lie about before. Like you just stop doing the thing.
Yeah, of
course. So there's nothing to cover up or avoid or any of that.
Yeah.
Which again is part of the learning. Like even if I go back to cheating, like that sucked. There's nothing good about it. Even that's not true. There's a silver lining. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't be that.
And going back to the philosophy from the start of like, you either win or learn. It's like, yes, that was a mistake you obviously had to make so that you could learn from it.
For sure.
And, and it is also that thing, like you'll still be presented with the same things until you learn the lesson. So if you're cheating constantly, it's like, because you haven't learned the lesson. And I guess maybe some people don't.
Yeah.
I also do that where I'll worry about everyone else's life path where it's like, just worry focusing on what they're doing isn't really going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so as much as those moments make me cringe, it's like it still had to happen so that I knew the shame that was around it. I knew the consequences. I knew, you'd lie about it or cover it up afterwards. It's like, but you needed that so you could feel shame about all of that. And it took that to be a trigger for you to fucking figure out a way to better yourself. So
yeah.
And I feel like that in all my relationships is like, there's obviously all the love exchanged and, your hopes and dreams of what it becomes. But it's also the biggest challenges. I'll speak for myself. The biggest challenges have come from those relationships, and as much love and happiness that I've given to that person has given to me, it's also been the person who's broken my heart. Or I've broken my own heart as well. It's like also like you can't just take all the good things. It's like there's a balance.
Yeah, well, there's like if you're going to cheat, there's obviously a reason why.
And they've become my biggest teachers. Like I've shown you the tattoo on my back. Like that whole tattoo is dedicated to women in my life, and my arm as well. Like it represents girlfriends from the past, and I got them tattooed years after that relationship ended and I hadn't spoken to them. I just know that I'm not who I am without the strength of all these women in my life. So, and that extends to my sisters, my nieces, my mum, my aunties, my grandma, grandmas, like, and now in the circle that we're in, all of those women represent the exact same thing. Like, not just my own healing, but my own peace is from being around these women in my life. And I'm forever grateful for that. You know, and all the men in my life, yourself, my best friend, my dad, my uncle, you know, everyone's a teacher, you know.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So be grateful for that. What are you grateful for?
Who, what?
Yeah.
When, where? Yeah.
There's a lot. If you just think about who you are.
Yeah.
Think about how you got here. That's endless gratefulness.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Wrap it up. I feel like we're like hitting 2 hours at this point.
Yeah, I'd be pretty close. I was going to come back to today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of things we've spoken about and if there's anything we've missed because I'd like to.
I feel like you wanted to hit on the poverty growing up thing, so I don't know if there's anything else in there that you wanted to lock down on.
I think it's pretty good. Like that's a big one. I just think, like people go through shit, but you can still come out fine. Like you don't have to be a victim of your circumstances. And then, that stuff's cool. Not cool.
I'd say being around all that.
Yeah.
I'll say like I never did drugs till I was 30.
Yeah.
But like being around all of that, and again, my direct family was never any of that. Few exceptions, but that's not like I grew up in environments that housed other people who were like that, but quite possibly, without me being conscious of it, quite possibly.
Yeah.
I know it's a whole nother thing. The reason my uncle passed and well, the stories around it in a way definitely influenced me.
Hit on that if you can.
Another time. I'll say another time. Yeah.
No,
it's a whole thing, and I feel like there's probably fatigue for anyone.
Yeah. So I think just hitting on being able to learn from other people's mistakes. And for me, that's why I like smoking weed, never an interest ever through watching my dad. And same as alcohol, never had an interest in drinking it during the week. Definitely binged like teenager or like, late teens.
Yeah.
Early 20s.
But even that, like that's a part of the social.
Yeah, it's social culture
like
here.
You're like, oh, I wish I never had a drink.
Yeah, I don't regret drinking or anything
all
like
those
that.
memories disappear too.
Yeah. I wish those memories came back because I forgot them. I was pissed.
Yeah.
But I never, through seeing what I did in my life, has made me either want to do things or not do things. I learn from them. Watching my mates like take up smoking bongs and they were just fucking did absolutely nothing for a couple of years. Like they just consumed their life. And I was like, I could not want to live like that, do that. That sucks. Take offense if you want, if you're triggered by it. That's my experience. I was like, I ain't fucking doing that. That's the most boring, dumbest shit I've ever seen. I would not encourage anyone to take up smoking bongs. Just like, nah. But yeah, it's a big learn. And like you said, you never tried it. It maybe unconsciously, consciously, it was like, I ain't doing that. Like I've been working in Frankston recently. Through seeing junkies in the streets, I used to work at the Macca's on the Nepean Highway. It's a notorious McDonald's, Frankston Beach. Yeah. Every summer day, packed. Friday, Saturday nights, there's bars, clubs in Frankston. Growing up in Carrum Downs, you got to get the 832, the 833, the 901 to Frankston, walk up Wells Street, which is hella junkies, hella kids up to no good to get there. You walk past, you see a lot of shit. Get asked for some money from anyone asking for money. But you see plenty of junkies around Frankston Station, you know? And I was like, if that's what they're doing, smoking ice, I ain't want none of that. Because I see what the outcome is.
I'm very much the same as you. Like, the things I have tried have been plants. Yeah. Ice or any of that. No.
Yeah. No interest. Like, nah. I don't, like, I see the outcome. Why the fuck would you try it? Anyway. Yeah. Again, I don't care if you do take offense. That's my experience. That's my belief on it. If you're triggered by that, ask yourself what in you is triggered by that. Like, I don't give a shit, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's not wrap it up there.
No. We'll keep, So now though, obviously building Heart Tribe into a collaborative experience, creating music with other people who create music. Unreal.
Create art. I don't know. Like, it's still evolving.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it could be drawing, could be painting, could be dancing, could be yoga. I like, it really is whatever it's
creating. Yeah.
Whatever the passion is, just be like, cool, let's jam on that. Let's collaborate on that, or let me just witness you do your thing. Like, I don't know what it is. And like, I think it's going to be multiple things, because as much, I always keep trying to like set myself these very strict barriers and things that I do. Like, even when I did the podcast, or when I did a vlog back a few years back, it's like I was trying to like direct this idea where I think Heart Tribe, and that was also like, here's what I'm doing, here's my trip, here's my thought, now going back to the whole community thing, it's like, I don't really want it to necessarily, like, I know I have to host it and move the ship, but it's like, no, I just want it to be a platform to let other people shine again, lifting other people up, whatever it is. And I've already collaborated with a few people on it, and like, I'm still finding my capacity around it as well. But the whole thing is just let other people shine.
Yeah.
And shine with them. And just play, just have fun. Because a lot of people I talk to, they're like, I'm not this level, I'm not good enough, I was like, I don't care if you know 3 chords. Like, I don't think I know that much more than you, but like, we can still jam. Like, there's still a room to play. Like, and again, going back to my nephew and my nieces, is like, I've never shut them down and been like, oh, you don't know a chord progression, get out of here. It's like, nah, I got him a harmonica. Like, I'm happy to have him on, and like, with his parents' blessings, and be like, yeah, let's just jam out with the kid. I do the same thing at home. We'll play Lego, or he'll draw or color in or whatever. Like, I just love being around that kid, because I was like, man, the pure innocence of that. I was like, yeah, when you take away the jobs and money and bank accounts, I'm like, what are you left with? Exactly what this kid is doing.
Yeah,
the exact same child inside of me that I'm fighting to keep alive. I don't have to really try to keep the kid alive, but you know what I mean? I was like, I'm very conscious of that kid playing, and that kid is now just me as an adult, but like, it's one and the same.
Yeah.
But it's just play. It's just having fun. Like, this time is as long as it is, Just could be, you could have another 50 years, you could have another 5 days. I don't know.
Yeah.
So like, what are you doing with it? Grinding or having fun?
Or neither. You could just be suffering.
Or just, no, but what is your choice?
Yeah. True.
Brother, thank you for having me.
Bro, thank you. That was, that got like deeper than I expected, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
No, I really enjoyed it.
I hope if you've followed along this whole way, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to yours. Like, thank you for listening. Like, yeah, I know there's value in it. I hope you find value in it.
I hope he needed to hear this.
Yeah. He thinks you should have heard it. So
you
let him know if he's wrong.
I think, to be honest, I'll cut it after this, all right? I think if you made it this far, you found value, and otherwise you'd go, nah.
I know, like,
yeah.
And this is just my brain being like, you could have said that better, or like, it's like, also, I didn't come prepared with anything. I'm only speaking on my life, but there's a few topics you brought up where I was like, fuck, that's caught me off guard almost. Like, I don't have an articulated answer for it. So I'm sure there's plenty of tangents where you're like, what the fuck was that? I don't know. If you want to know more about it, come talk to me. Come join Heart Tribe. Jump in my car and, yeah.
Hearttribe.au.
Hearttribe.au.
Yeah. Please give us feedback, though. Let us know, because don't know until
and support this man in what he's doing. Trust.
Show me the money. No, just kidding. Show me hugs and love. That's all I want.